Hi guys, you are welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be sharing with you patterns on how to make this short pants. So to draft this pattern, I'll be making use of this brown paper, ruler, marker or pen, tape measurement and the scissors. So the first thing to do is to mark a straight line which will serve as a template for the side. And after that, I'm going to mark another line up here. And this line will be my waistline. The next thing to do is to take your measurement from waistline to the crotch line. And for me, my crotch line is 10 inches. After marking the crotch line, the next thing is to measure the length of the short. And I'll be working with a length measurement of 15 inches. You can always increase the length to your desired length. So after getting all these measurements, the next thing is to divide my hip measurement by 4. And I'm going to mark that on the crotch line and on the waistline. So I mark it here, and also I'm going to mark it there on the waistline. And I'm going to join the 2 points together. The next thing I'm going to do now is divide the measurement I have on the crotch line by 4. And this is easy to do because I just use my tape measurement for this. I just fold it into 4 and then use. So this right here, I'm going to mark it up from the crotch line and then join the line together using a ruler. So this new line we have here is the hip line. And then on the crotch line, from that point we had earlier for the hip line, I use same measurements here like this. And then from the middle of the crotch line, I'm going to mark 1 inch. So I'm just going to mark a curved line to meet the hip line like this. So basically we are done with the crotch line. The next thing I'm going to work on is the waistline. And my waist measurement is divided by 4. So I'm going to mark it, but before I do that, I'll be adding extra 1 inch to whichever my waist measurement is. And I'm going to mark it here. That extra 1 inch will be my that allowance. So I'm going to connect the line from the hip to the waistline. So this shirt is going to have 1.5 inches waistband. So basically what I'm doing right now is to mark the 1.5 inches down and take it away. So guys, this right here is the band. So to get the dart, I'm not going to take my measurement from the band. I will place my tape measurement on the new line that we have here. So for that, I decide to divide my waistline by 2 and then go down by 3 inches. I'm just going to make a line to meet the 2 points. After that, I will go up by 1/2 inch on the both sides. And after that, I'm just going to connect it with this point here. So guys, this is our dart. The next thing I want to work on is the tie. To get the tie measurement, you can go down by about 2, 3 or 4 inches. But for this shirt, I will be going down by 3 inches. and mark it. So this new line is the tie. So on the tie line, I will divide my tie circumference by 2 and then mark it here. And when taking tie measurement, give it a little bit allowance or space so that it is not too tight, especially if you are using non-stretchy fabric. So on the last line, you can decide to reduce the measurements of the tie, or you can use the exact measurement. But for me, I will leave it straight. I will use the same measurement for the tie. So this is basically all for the front part of the pattern. The next step is to gently cut it out. So guys, the front pattern is ready. As you can see, I didn't add any stitching allowance on the piece. So now to get the back, I will just place the front on another piece of pattern paper like this. So now what I'm going to do is to first extend the crotch line by 2.5 inches or 3 inches. Depends on the size you are working with. After marking that, I went down by 1 inch. So the next thing is to go from the middle of the crotch line where I have the curved line. I will go out by 1.5 inches. And on this waistline, I will measure from the dart to the middle of the waistline and divide it by 2. And for that, I got 2 inches. And I'm going to mark it. And from that new point, I will go up by 2 inches or 1.5 inches. But for this, I'm using 1.5 inches. It all depends on the size of the person. So now to get this new crotch for the back, I'm going to join all the new points together in a curved line. So this is the new crotch for the back. After getting that, I'm going to take my waist measurement for the front. It has to be the exact same same measurement for the back. So I'm going to make sure it's aligned with the back measurement. So this right here is the waistline for the back. So now I'm going to connect the point of the crotch and the pants together, and also I will join the new waistline to the hip. Now every other thing is easy. I'm just going to trace out what I have on the front to this back piece. So this is basically all for the back. Now I will remove the front part. The only thing I will add to the back is the dart, and for that I will divide the waistline into 2 and go down by 4 instead of 3 that we use for the front part. And on the side we go in by 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to slant it with my ruler. So this is basically all for the back pattern. Last thing is just to cut it out, and please remember I didn't add any stitching allowance to these patterns. So when you are placing this pattern on the fabric, you should add at least 1 or 1.5 inches allowance all through the measurements, so you have enough allowance for stitching. I hope you find this video very helpful, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share, like, and turn on your notification bell so you get notified when I upload my next video. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.